This is Turd Flinging Monkey for TFM News, reading another article from Shedding of the Ego, link in the description. Now here's a riddle. How are the sciences like boners? Feminists want to make them soft. Women dominate the soft sciences like psychology and sociology, while men dominate STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Feminists have been aggressively pushing a narrative over the last few years that more women are needed in STEM fields. Let's put aside the double standards that ignore the less glamorous male-dominated fields like coal miner or construction worker, while also exempting all female-dominated fields from any expectation to get more men into them for the sake of diversity. Instead, let's focus on the reality that women prefer the soft sciences, which can't be objectively proven right or wrong, to the hard sciences where objective results are expected. Gender studies is the perfect example of a useless degree in unscientific nonsense. But it might surprise many to learn that gender studies is part of the sociology department, which is generally respectable. Sociology is the study of human society after all, and thus gender studies is obviously a subset of this, although one that is completely divorced from reality. The lack of objective testing is the reason why sociology is considered an art and not a science. Women simply don't want to do science, technology, engineering, or math. The reasons aren't that hard to fathom either. Women would rather work with people, as social interaction is their strength. Scientists, engineers, and mathematicians have far less human interaction over the course of their jobs than female-dominated industries like education and nursing. The only sciences women are drawn to are the ones wherein the subjects are people, not chemicals, circuit boards, or math equations. In addition to STEM, economics has also come under fire for being too male-dominated, but the reasons are even more telling than STEM. While feminists may express a concern about women getting left behind in the future job market with STEM, the reasoning for more women in economics is all about power. Dr. Victoria Bateman of The Guardian wrote an article recently that contains all the usual talking points about how important women are in the sciences, as if their vaginas and estrogen give them some magical insight into the sciences themselves. She bemoans that economists, who influence economic policy, view issues through male eyes. It's clear that the real issue is that there aren't enough women influencing economic policies for the sole benefit of women, as she mentions female empowerment several times in her article while linking to other related feminist articles. Curiously, Victoria Bateman actually majored in economics and not gender studies, and yet she not only talks like a feminist with a gender studies major, but even uses her nudity to get attention just like a feminist. In fact, as I have access to my university's library, I looked up Dr. Bateman to see what her academic contributions were to the field of economics over the years. The only published paper I found was a 2011 paper on European wheat markets from 1350 to 1800. Everything else was about her pushing women's empowerment, or articles about her getting naked and how brave it was. I'm not saying that Dr. Bateman didn't earn her degree, but it's very clear that her focus is on feminism and not economics. The mixing of feminism and economics isn't new though. There is a recognition of so-called feminist economics, from which we can thank for things like the wage gap myth. It also attempts to include non-market activity into economic models like domestic duties and caring for children and family. I can sum up feminist economics by saying that it's an attempt to turn economics, which is a science, into a soft science, i.e. an art, like that of sociology and psychology. The entire purpose of economics and why it is so valuable to an organization or government for the purposes of policymaking is because it measures the management of scarce resources. Once objective and measurable data is replaced or supplemented with unknowable variables, the economic models become useless, as the economists can create any result they want by increasing or decreasing unknowable and unquantifiable variables. This is, of course, the entire point. Men excel at the hard sciences, while women excel at the soft sciences. Thus, the path to the female takeover of fields in STEM and economics is to convert them from hard sciences to soft sciences, i.e. from sciences to arts, and thus allow women to turn them into completely useless exercises in feminist propaganda and mental masturbation, just like gender studies. This is Turd Flinging Monkey for TFM News signing off.